And so,
Yeah, she like loved
So,
it.
I'd like to call the meeting to
So
order.
then I sent them some.
Because we were all standing in the hall apparently and made you late. Because we thought somebody else was in here. Can we have the roll, please?
Miranda Barfus.
Here.
Don Bastian.
Here.
Karen Briggs.
Here.
Edmund Page. Lori Chassie.
Here.
Michael Childress. Michael Crandall.
Here.
Patty Guston.
Here.
Brian Korchewski. Lynn LaPlante.
Here.
Greg Schwarzy. Mike Todorovic. Dina Yu.
Here.
We have a quorum, thank goodness. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of our last regular meeting, Tuesday, January 2nd. Any additions, corrections, or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? They stand approved. Thank you. Item 5A, 24-1367, a recommendation for approval of a conditional commitment of Home Investment Partnership Act funds with Alden Foundation, project number HM 22-01 and HM 23-01, Addison Horizon Senior Living Community, in the amount of $5,250,000 for construction of a 62-unit affordable rental housing development for seniors, 62 plus, that's sad, with 30 units funded by county home funds. Discussion, presentation?
Yeah, I can give some background and explain what's going on here.
Sure.
So Erin Vickery, the project manager with the Alden Foundation, is here representing the developer in case there's questions I can't address. Erin would be happy to do so on behalf of Alden. We've been working on this project for quite a while, so I did prepare something that I just want to go through so I don't miss any of the important parts of the project. So forgive me for reading. Staff recommends approval of a conditional commitment of $5,250,000 in Home Investment Partnerships Program funding for the Addison Horizon Senior Living Community Project. This project was first brought to this committee in October of 2021 with a home preliminary set-aside recommendation of $3,570,000. The developer applied to the Illinois Housing Development Authority, or IDA, for 2022 low-income housing tax credits, or LIHTCs, but the project was not selected. The developer chose to reapply for 2023 LIHTCs, and the project was brought back to this committee in October of 2022 with an additional home preliminary set-aside request of $1,680,000 for a total home request of $5,250,000. The request was due in part to increased construction costs resulting in additional financing gaps. The project was selected for 2023 LIHTCs. Staff have continued to work with the Alden Foundation to underwrite the project since their original application to the county in July of 2021. The development will include a total of 62 units with 4 market rate units and 1 unit for the on-site maintenance manager. The project will create 57 units of affordable rental housing for independent seniors aged 62 years and over, targeting those at or below 60%, 50%, and 30% of the area median income for the Chicago, Joliet, and Naperville HUD metropolitan area. The proposed location is on 2.4 acres of vacant land over 2 lots located at the northwest corner of Green Meadow Drive and North Denise Court in Addison, Illinois. The development will include a mix of 1 and 2 bedroom apartments with common area amenities and surface parking for each unit. The Village of Addison is in support of the project. The developer has extensive experience in affordable housing, including LIHTC projects similar to this one. The developer's most recently completed DuPage County project, which included county home funds layered with LIHTCs, is located in Warrenville, known as Warrenville Horizon Senior Living Community. Construction of Warrenville Horizon was completed in early 2022. For Addison Horizon, the county's home investment will require 30 units to be rent restricted and align with high home or low home rents as outlined in the underwriting memo. 6 county low home units occupied by very low income households, those at or below 50% AMI, will be layered with project-based vouchers awarded by the DuPage Housing Authority. Units receiving federal project-based subsidy occupied by very low income households paying no more than 30% of their adjusted income towards rent may be charged the maximum rent allowed under the federal project-based subsidy program, which may exceed those low home rent limits. Total development costs are estimated at $25,816,115, with total construction costs estimated as $17,977,000. County home funds will help finance construction costs. A note, mortgage, and regulatory land use restrictions agreement will be recorded against the property at closing. The note and mortgage will include a 40-year term at 0% interest with annual payments of $36,000 through year 39 and a balloon payment of the balance due year 40. Almost done. New construction of rental housing requires a 20-year affordability period under home regulations. Should any portion of the property be sold, transferred, or no longer used as affordable senior housing during the regulatory affordability period, the developer must repay the full home investment to the county. The county's home agreement with the developer will also include a 20-year extended use period beginning in year 21, requiring at least 30 units be occupied by households at or below 80% of the area median income and pay no more than 30% of the household's income toward rent and utilities. The county imposed extended use period is separate and distinct from the regulatory affordability period. So that's kind of the overall of the project, a little bit of background, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
So they were denied 2 million or 1 million, was it from Ida? Do we know why?
So they applied originally for 2022 low-income housing tax credits. It's an extremely competitive process. There's a lot of projects that they're going up against throughout the entire state of Illinois. Unfortunately, their application just didn't score well enough to receive an award back in 2022. So they kind of went back, reevaluated their application, made some adjustments to their financing, were able to layer with those project-based vouchers, which increased their score, and they were able to receive that award in 2023.
And then how much do we have left in our home funds?
So our home funds, oh man, I have a spreadsheet of that.
Approximate. No, you don't have to give me.
So we have a few years kind of rolled into this particular project. So they're going to be using 2021 and 2022 home funds. That's how our action plan has lined it out. And then I believe there's about, you know what, I can get back to you with the
Okay.
actual number. Because we
That's
also
fair.
have other applications that we're reviewing and vetting and going through this underwriting process that are seeking home funds as well. But this particular project has already had that preliminary set aside. And this will be the conditional commitment piece so that we can move forward to an agreement.
Thank you.
Yes.
So Julie, can you just remind me, how many project-based vouchers did you say were going to be a part of this project?
I believe it's 16, but let me make sure I'm not misspeaking. It is 16. I don't know
Okay.
why I'm looking at my notes, but yeah, it's 16.
Okay. And then, so then my question is, you had mentioned that there's a period of time, obviously, where they need to keep the units affordable, you know, at a certain median income and all that other stuff. So when that period ends, how likely will they continue to make these affordable, or do you think they will all go up to market rate eventually?
So the LIHTC component is a little bit different than our home component, which is also different from the project-based voucher. So the original contract for the PPVs will be for 15 years. And then usually there's an option to renew that for an additional 15 years. That's up to the housing authority as to whether or not they're able to do that. So for those 16 units, that's kind of what that process would be. All of the units within this project will be LIHTC funded. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there's an original time period associated with the affordability of the low-income housing tax credits, which I believe is also 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. And then they extend, in Illinois, I believe there's a requirement that there's an additional 15 years that's tacked onto that to remain affordable as well. So right there, we have 30 years of affordability. And then the county, we have 20 years, no matter what, for our 30 units because of home regulations.
Okay.
And then we want to make sure that our 30 units remain affordable. So we're going above and beyond by tacking on another 20 years. So that's like, in addition to the 30 years on the LIHTCs, we'll have 30 units at 40 years total.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this proposal.
Yeah.
Really great.
Me too. We've been working on it for a while. We're pumped.
Any other questions? Does this require a roll call vote?
Oh, voice vote. Do I tell it? Voice vote?
It's not.
Oh,
I don't have the one that says. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That stands approved. Is there any other business for the committee today? Motion to adjourn this year? Okay.
So moved.
Well, thank you. A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We stand adjourned. June 4th is our next meeting. Thank you very much.